Good morning, students. Welcome to another session of wireless communications and networks. Unit 4, equalization and diversity. Today's topic is diversity techniques. Here, what is meant by diversity? Where exactly we are used this diversity concept. Here, the diversity is a powerful communication receiver technique, especially which is used at receiver antennas, which provides improvement in wireless link. Improvement in wireless link with very low cost. Okay, very low cost. Here, what is the difference between equalization and diversity? Here in equalization, we required a training overheads. That is, what is the weights, the feed forward and feedback, and we are giving some overhead weights at transmitting side and checking at receiving side. But in diversity technique, there is no need the training overheads, which is only useful for improve the wireless link quality. Improve the only wireless link quality. Here already we discussed about in chapter 2 and chapter 3 the links link between transmitter to receiver. Suppose we are going for two-ray model. We are taking one is direct path, another one is ground reflection path. Check the signal strength between these two. Automatically the direct path is having more signal strength compared to reflected path. That is the thing. But in diversity techniques, we are using two receivers at both mobile station and base station. Here nothing but why you using two receivers? Nothing but one is receive the strongest signal, another one receives the weakest signals, and compare both them. Which one is good signal strength, and finally give the result. That is the concept of diversity. Right. Here in all we discuss about on chapter 2 and chapter 3, that is based upon the large scale path loss and small scale path loss. Suppose in go for small scale path loss, nothing but rapid amplitude fluctuations. Rapid amplitude fluctuations which occurs a mobile moves towards the base station or away from the phase station, away from the base station. That is about depends upon the Doppler shift. Here in generally small scale fading, which results a relay fading distribution. Small scale fading, which results relay fading distribution for over a small distance, which is nothing but a microscopic diversity technique. Microscopic diversity technique. Otherwise, two antennas, two receiving antennas are separated by a fraction of meters. 0.1 meter, 0.2 meter. Likewise, we are taking two antennas separated by the fraction of meter, which receives the signals, and compare them. Which one is the strongest signal? This is called as antenna diversity or space diversity. Antenna diversity or space diversity. The name itself shows space. That is the space in between two receivers, or antenna diversity. Similarly, for large scale fading. Here, large scale fading, nothing but it depends upon the surrounding of the structures and nature. That is surrounding of structures, nothing but what is the building heights? Is there any trees? Is there to calculate foliage loss? How many number of reflections takes place? Likewise, we have to consider for large scale path loss. Here also we have to select a number of paths are coming from base station to mobile station. Compare all paths. We have to select which one is the better one, better signal to noise ratio from base station to mobile station. At that time, we are using macroscopic diversity. Macroscopic diversity, especially this macroscopic diversity, which is useful at base station. Which is used at base station. Based upon this introduction, we are going for a derivation of selection of diversity improvement. Derivation of selection diversity improvement. Suppose capital M paths. Capital M paths. That is the paths are, we have to assume that relay fading channels which are transmitted from base station to mobile station. That is M paths. Capital M paths. That is for each path, how much signal to noise ratio is signal to noise ratio, which is equal to EB by N naught alpha square bar. What do you mean? A bar symbol shows averaging. Suppose for each branch, signal to noise ratio SNR, which is equal to gamma I. Then probability distribution function of this SNR, that is probability of gamma I, which is equal to inverse of signal to noise ratio, that is 1 by signal to noise ratio exponential of minus gamma I by signal to noise ratio. Suppose we have to fix one threshold value, signal to noise ratio value. Above the signal to noise ratio, suppose we have to fix signal to noise ratio is 20 dB. Above the 20, we are getting the signal to noise ratio for a particular path from base station to mobile station is more than 20 dB. Better signal. Less than 20 dB, it is a weak signal. That is the threshold value you have to fix. Suppose the threshold value you have to assume that gamma, only gamma. Then the probability of a received signal of gamma I of less than or equal to gamma, which is equal to integral of 0 to gamma P of gamma I d gamma I, which is equal to integral 0 to gamma 1 by signal to noise ratio exponential of minus gamma I by SNR d gamma I. This is for less than the threshold voltage, nothing but weak signal. Right. Suppose now we have to assume that all M paths or M channels from base station to mobile station, which are independent to each other, then the probability of a received signal less than the threshold voltage, nothing but probability of received signal less than threshold, which is equal to 1 minus exponential of gamma by signal to noise ratio power of M. Suppose the received signal is greater than the threshold value, that is good signal, that is which is equal to 1 minus e power minus gamma by gamma signal to noise ratio power of M. Suppose the probability density for all paths, we have to take average for all paths, that is Pm of gamma, which is equal to d by d gamma of Pm of gamma, which is equal to M paths we have to consider. M by signal to noise ratio of 1 minus e power minus gamma by signal to noise ratio power of minus M minus 1 multiplied with exponential of minus gamma by signal to noise ratio. The average signal to noise ratio, it shows equation number 61, gamma of bar, nothing but the total average of signal to noise for all M paths, which is equal to integral 0 to infinity gamma of Pm of gamma d gamma, which is equal to signal to noise ratio integral 0 to infinity M times of, that is M times, not single time, it is M path, that is M multiplied with x of 1 minus e power exponential minus x power of M minus 1 e power minus x into dx. What is my x here? Gamma by signal to noise ratio. This is the derivation for diversity for all paths. This graph shows especially for what is meant by x value in x-axis and percentage probability of that amplitude, that is the signal to noise ratio. This is the graph shows, that is signal to noise ratio, which is equal to gamma, the threshold value, which is equal to the threshold value for M branches of selection diversity, right? Based upon this, we are going for practical types of the space diversity techniques. What is my space diversity? The space diversity is nothing but separation between antennas, receiving antennas, especially separation between receiving antennas in terms of fraction of meters. The other name for the space diversity is called the antenna diversity. Antenna diversity, especially this space diversity or antenna diversity, which is used in wireless communications and especially used for cellular and mobile communication, and which is used at especially base stations or cell site. That is, in that cell site or base station, we have to fixing number of receivers at the top of the cell phone tower. The difference, the distance between the receiving antennas at the time of fixing we had how much space required for distance between two antennas. These are small d. Here, suppose the signal is now transmitted from mobile station to base station, which should be either scattered from the ground, finally reach to the base station. At the base station, we have to take two receivers to receive the same from the mobile station. Check which is the strongest signal. And then we are going for correlation. What is the correlation? Correlation is comparing of the two signals, whether equal or not. That is about space diversity. You see the exact figure of this space diversity at this base station. Here the number of antennas, M antennas, receiving antennas are fixing with a fraction of meters distance, and each and every antenna having individual gain, that is G1 to GM. All should be combined together at switching logic or demodulator circuit, and finally we go for output. Among these M antennas, which one is strongest signal? We have to check. Here, based upon this, we are going for the classification of space diversity techniques. The space diversity techniques can be broadly categorized into 4 types. That is selection diversity, feedback diversity, maximum ratio combining, equal gain diversity. 4 types: selection, feedback, maximum ratio combining, equal gain diversity. The first one is selection diversity. Here, what is meant by selection diversity? Here, the name itself shows selection diversity, which is nothing but suppose M antennas are there. M receiving antennas are there, fixing at the top of the base station. Fixing at the top of the base station. The spacing. Suppose at the time of fixing of antennas not continuously one by one. We have to give some space between one antenna to another antenna at the time of fixing. Among these M antennas are fixing. That is, M signals are received from different directions from the mobile unit. After this checking, calculate the signal to noise ratio by using after demodulation signal to calculate signal to noise ratio. Once we have to calculate signal to noise ratio, check which among these M antennas, which one is having received good signal. That is, we have to select from the among the M antennas. Is nothing but selection diversity. Next one is feedback diversity. The name itself shows feedback. Feedback from the output to input. This one for this feedback, or otherwise the other name it is also called the scanning. Otherwise, it's called scanning diversity. Other name is scanning diversity. See this one. Instead of using M antennas, we are fixing only 2 antennas. Only 2 receiving antennas. Nothing but first we have to receive capital M signals. But among these capital M signals, first we have to take only 2 signals. Just we have to receive 2 signals. Just compare them whether it is satisfy the threshold value or not. If not, it satisfies threshold value. Again go for preset the threshold value. Again check for another 2 signals. Likewise, you have to check total M signals, and finally which one gets satisfied with threshold value. That one is a good signal. This is about feedback diversity or scanning diversity. Next one is maximal ratio combining. Maximum ratio combining. It is similar to feedback diversity. See this one in maximum ratio combining diversity also, right? Here in this also see this one M antennas are which is used to receive M signals, and for each antenna having some gains from G1 to GM, and all should be summing together and check the phase of a signal. Finally, we are getting some output which can be compared with threshold value. If it is not satisfied with threshold value, again feedback to variable gains at the input of the antennas. Change the gains, again summing and checking phase, and finally go for result whether it is acceptable or not. If it is not acceptable, again go for back. That is coming maximal ratio combining. But in feedback diversity, we are using only 2 antennas. But here M antennas are used. Next one is equal gain combining. Here nothing but equal gain combining, nothing but it is similar to maximal ratio combining, but here we are using M antennas for M signals, but gains of the all antennas should be equal, which is should be unity. Should be unity, which can be feedback up to we are getting the result of the signal should be greater than the threshold value. Right. This is about space diversity techniques. Next one we are going for polarization types. Polarization diversity. Here why especially we are going for this? Especially at base station we are using space diversity techniques. Especially this is for theoretical purpose, but in practical way we are using not this space diversity techniques, because whether we are using horizontal or vertical polarizations. Then what is meant by horizontal and what is meant by vertical polarizations here? Here the vertical polarization is nothing but we are fixing the antennas in a vertical manner. At that time, can be fixing either vertical, either it depends on vertical polarization. But fix in a horizontal manner number of antennas is horizontal polarization, vertical and horizontal polarization. Here in this polarization diversity is depends upon the angle. It depends upon the angle from which directions the signal is received. Is there any phase change? If phase change, how to overcome? That is depends upon this polarization diversity. Here, circular and linear polarization antennas are used, especially for inside the buildings for multiple paths. Here, in this polarization diversity, suppose I have to take the example of line of sight paths. That is some microwave links between transmitter to receiver. Suppose two simultaneous users using same radio channel. Nothing but only one channel is there between from transmitter receiver, but 2 years can be utilized. How it can be possible? One can be used when the transmission is successful. Other next one, second user entered in and transmit the signal. Similarly here in polarization diversity scheme, let's see this one. Let us assume that two antenna elements V1 and V2, which makes the angle plus or minus alpha angle within y-axis. See this one. See this one. Two antennas are fixing at the positions of V1 and V2. Two antennas are fixing V1, V2. Two receiving antennas fixing. Here the angle from V1 to y-axis is alpha. This is fixing at the top of the base station. Suppose signal is received from mobile to base station traveling along with the z-axis. The angle from the mobile to main beam is beta. Right. Here what is meant by V1 and V2? Two antennas are fixing at the base station, top of the base station. Plus or minus alpha angle with the y-axis. And a mobile station is located in the direction of offset angle beta. Suppose what is meant by x and what is meant by y. See this one. What is meant by x and what is meant by y. Right. Suppose this is a vertically polarized signals transmitted or converted to horizontally polarized signals because multipath propagation. That conversion should be takes place. let x equal to r1 cos of omega t plus phi 1, y equal to r2 cos of omega t plus phi 2. Here what is x and y is our signals level. Two signals from mobile to base station. What is r1 and r2 is nothing but independent relay distributions. And what is phi 1 and phi 2 have independent uniform distributions. Nothing but from mobile station to base station signals are transmitted. One is direct path, one is indirect path. Nothing but either reflected or scattered or diffracted. Right? That is the signal. We are taking two signals here. After receiving the signals from the mobile station to base stations of the antennas V1 and V2, the received signals are V1, which is equal to A R1 cos phi 1 plus R2B cos phi 2 of cos omega t minus AR1 sin phi 1 plus R2B sin phi 2 sin omega t. Similarly, for V2 antenna, V2 which is equal to minus AR1 cos phi 1 plus R2B cos phi 2 of cos omega t minus of AR1 sin phi 1 plus R2B sin phi 2 sin omega t. What is going to A here? A equal to sin alpha cos beta and B equal to cos phi. Then once receive the signals V1 and V2, the correlation coefficient. That is rho equal to tan square of alpha cos square of beta minus SNR divided by tan square alpha cos square beta plus SNR whole square. Otherwise, we have to simplify as the signal to noise ratio, which is equal to R2 square by R1 square. What is meant by R1? Is root of R1 square A square plus R2 square B square plus 2 R1 R2 AB cos of phi 1 plus phi 2. Similarly, R2 equal to root of R1 square A square plus R2 square B square minus 2 R1 R2 AB cos of phi 1 plus phi 2. Here, what is meant by here instead of SNR, it is called as a cross polarization. Suppose after cross polarization done, comparing of the received signals V1 and V2, what is the signal loss? Comparing these two, the signal loss capital L equal to A square by cross polarization plus B square. Next one is frequency diversity. Here, what is meant by frequency diversity, which is nothing but which transmits a signal with different carrier frequencies. Suppose two signals are there. We require for modulation two different carriers we have to transmit. The same signal can be transmitted with two different carriers. Suppose I am transmitting one speech signal. To transmit, we require two carrier signals for this frequency diversity. One is suppose I go for 600 gigahertz, other is 900 gigahertz. I will transmit two different carrier frequencies. Similarly, on the receiving side, go for demodulation also done by two different carrier frequencies. And check whether which one is good signal. That is about frequency diversity. Especially this frequency diversity, especially which is used in microwave line of sight links. Microwave line of sight links, which is nothing but frequency division multiplexing. Similarly, time diversity. Here the times diversity, nothing but especially for which transmits information at time spacings. Nothing but different receptions. That is, receiver can receive different signals for different time slots. That is about time diversity. The best example for time diversity is REC receiver. The REC receiver, which is used for CDMA technology. We'll discuss next session about this REC receiver, how REC receivers works. This is about diversity and classification of diversity, that is based upon antenna diversity or space diversity or polarization diversity, otherwise macroscopic or microscopic diversity techniques. Do you have any query? Type your query in a short box. Thank you very much for attending this session.